Hello everyone, welcome back to practice. Today's flow is dedicated towards anyone who maybe just went for a run, came back for a run, is a runner, and could use some stretches to kind of prepare them for their body to inevitably get really sore. I just came back from a run and my legs feel like jelly, and I can tell they're in the process of getting very sore. I'm not a runner. I don't really like running, but I think it's good to challenge ourselves and to do things that we don't maybe necessarily like, especially if we know it's going to help us in the long run and in the moment in a way. So today's stretches and our practice is going to be for runners. So mainly focusing on the lower body, on the legs, but also more importantly with our breath, because that's maybe obviously a key element to having a good run is, quality breath control. So let's start in a seated position. You can do cross-legged, like I'm doing, and we're going to start. So whenever you're ready, on your mat, sit up nice and tall, place the hands on the knees, and we'll just take a moment to settle into the body. And just breathe in and out through the nose, slowing down the breath. Maybe sitting up a little bit taller. Light on the hips. And then without moving the shoulders, we'll go ahead and bring the left ear down to the left shoulder. Take a nice inhale. And then as you exhale through the nose, bring the chin to the chest, keeping the shoulders as they are. Inhale, left ear goes back to the left shoulder. And then come back to center and we'll switch sides. Right ear down to the right shoulder. Feeling that stretch in the neck. And then exhale, chin to chest. And then next inhale, right ear, right shoulder. And then back to center. And then we'll extend the left fingertips away. And we'll reach the right fingertips up towards the sky. And we'll bend to the left this time. So stretching out the right side of the body, coming back to center. And then switch sides, right fingertips down, left hand reaches up. And then bending to the right. Inhale back to center. Left fingers down, and then inhale both hands up. Palms touch, fingers touch. Exhale, hands to center. Keeping the breath nice and slow, let's interlace the fingers. Flip the palms so they point out. Sitting up nice and tall. Feeling this extension from the hips all the way to the fingertips. Maybe we extend a little bit more. Let's bring the palms together and then point through the index fingers. So we're really kind of creating a little line of energy. Nice breath in. And then exhale, let's lower the hands down and come into tabletop. So knees under the hips and knees are hip width apart. Always opening up the fingertips as wide as possible, and we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, arch the spine, lift the chin, breathing through the nose. Exhale, round through the upper body, tucking in the hips, pressing into the feet. 2 more times, moving at your own pace with your own breath. Exhale, hollow. Inhale, arch. And exhale, when you're ready, we'll curl the toes. And we'll send the hips back towards the feet. So we're stretching out the feet. When we run, our feet get most of the beating. So let's make sure that we're kind of emphasizing care towards our toes and our ankles and all of that today. Go ahead, point into the toes. Keep the knees nice and wide, and we'll melt into child's pose just for a second. Reaching the fingertips away, forehead on the ground. And then bring the palms together, and we'll come into a reverse prayer, bringing the hands behind the head. With a nice opening in the shoulders. Thinking of keeping the hips nice and grounded, but melting towards the feet. Stay here for one more breath. And then exhale, when you're ready, come back to tabletop. We're going to hover the feet, so curl the toes. 1, 2, 3, lift the knees up. Use your strong core. And then come into a downward dog. Bending the knees, finding your alignment. So I like to think of it kind of like a reverse Dorito chip. Creating a nice triangle with the hips pointing towards the sky. Finding a nice stretch in the back of the legs, a nice bend in the knees so the legs are cozy. And then when you're ready, start pressing the heels into the ground, maybe lengthening and straightening the legs. And we'll bend into one knee, straighten one leg, and switch sides, bending the opposite. And we'll do a little pedal, so kind of bouncing between one leg and then into the other, getting playful with that stretch in the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, we'll walk the feet forward, walk the hands to the toes, and bend the knees. So we come into a forward fold, chin to chest, head is heavy. And we'll slowly come to a stand, come to mountain's pose, taking your time, hands on the hips. And then we'll lift our right heel off the ground, stretching into the toes. And then relax the right heel, lift the left. And again, right side. And again, left side. Then bring the toes together, feet together. And we'll bring the left knee into the chest. So give the left knee a nice little hug. Nice little balancing pose. I invite you to point and flex. Maybe roll out the ankle and move it in the opposite direction. Keeping that mobility with the ankles. And then we will lower the left foot down and switch sides. Right knee in, nice friendly hug with our leg. Knee to the chest, and then point and flex. And then maybe doing some circles with the ankles. And then maybe in the opposite direction. And then lower the right knee down. And then we'll do a little quad stretch. Bring the right foot towards your right hand. Think of keeping the knees together and keeping the foot towards your glutes. And then release, switch sides, grab a hold of your left foot. Think of keeping the knees together. And again, just nice little balance. Pressing into all four corners of your standing foot. And then release. Feet together, reach the arms up. Palms touch, big breath in. Exhale, melt down into your forward fold, bending into the knees, chin to chest. We'll step back into plank. Nice strong body. And then lower all the way down, chaturanga, or knees, hips, chest. Find your version of a cobra. Maybe it's a baby cobra. And then we'll melt back into child's pose. Go ahead, bring the hands towards the knees. We'll rest in hero's pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Sometimes we tend to slouch in the upper body, but I always want to be mindful of the way that we hold our heart. So nice and light, shoulders rounding behind us rather than in front, opening the heart. If this is a little uncomfortable for your feet, you can place a blanket under your hips or a yoga block. But I invite you to rest here for as long as you need. And we'll end our practice today here. So you can pause or you can enter back into your day. You can get ready for your run. But I encourage you to keep this mindfulness from your mat into the rest of your day. Thank you for stretching with me, and I will see you guys next time.